Okay, so if you didn't catch my last video about using brand pillars and themes for your content marketing strategy, definitely go and check that out. This is the next video in that series, and we're going to be talking about content repurposing. So when we're talking about content repurposing, what we're really talking about is using one core piece of content and then repurposing that piece of content into other pieces of content for the same platform or for other platforms, okay? And an example of that would be doing an Instagram live and recording that and splicing it out into multiple smaller pieces for IGTV, right? And it might be further splicing that out into shorter Instagram stories, right? That's an example of repurposing there. So you're now having, that live, maybe that live gets split into 3 different IGTVs. And then each of those IGTVs are getting split into, a series of 5 to 8 Instagram stories. So now you have way more pieces of content, but you've spent a lot less time actually creating that content and recording that content. And the reason that this is so great is creating content is not easy for everybody, and it takes a lot of time and energy for a lot of people, right? Even if you feel like you love creating content and you always feel really inspired by it, at a certain point, you're gonna, I don't really feel like it today, I don't wanna do it, I gotta do it, So repurposing that content is basically just making that piece of content work harder for you. It's making it go further. And it's also gonna allow you to get that piece of value, get that piece of education to users where they're at, right? Because we know, and I'm just gonna continue using this Instagram example, some people scroll through their feed on Instagram, right? But some people rarely are scrolling through feeds and they're primarily watching Instagram stories, right? While some people are just watching reels, going through reels, one and run, you know what I mean? And looking through reels constantly. So while any one of those given people, those 3 different people, they're all using Instagram in a different way. They're consuming different pieces of Instagram, right, on any given day. But they're all your potential clients. And so now you're still able to reach them where they're spending their time, right, without having to create so much additional content. And this really gets to a piece of magic when you start to outsource, because you can create that core piece of content and you can start to outsource having other people split that stuff up into those different pieces of content. It's still all your content, it's still all your words, but now you have 10 pieces of content from that one. You only spent time creating that one piece of content. And this is so impactful for business owners as they're growing, as they're scaling. They want to give more free, more education-based value so that they can really build that know, like, trust factor on Instagram, other social media channels, on their blog, what have you, right? But they have a limited amount of capacity. They can't just be creating content all day, every day, right? That's exhausting, and most of us don't have the time to do that. So this repurposing strategy is so effective, and it's gonna help you to work a lot more efficiently. And I talk a lot more about the strategies around, okay, what core piece of content should I hit on here? Where should I start from? What different types of content can that be, kind of turned into? What does that look like? How can I organize all of that content, all of that good stuff in my Content to Clients course? So if you're interested in learning more in depth about how to repurpose your content really effectively and efficiently, definitely check that out. It's on my website. But this is it's just such a game changer. It saves so much time, but it enables you to really get yourself out there, get your brand out there, and begin connecting with those potential customers and those ideal clients, right?